Yesterday was the anniversary of the very first SpongeBob movie, and while I couldn't make a video about it about the movie yesterday because I wanted to see Back to the Future, it's not gonna stop me from doing a video today. Like with most of my videos, I usually get into the development of certain things. I've done it for like 3 Sonic games by now, so for this one, I decided to just get into the development of it and just keep it from there, keep it really simple because I don't want to get into a whole thing, and I also don't want to risk using video footage of the movie trailers or anything because of Viacom and stuff like that. What most people probably don't know about the movie is that it was long planned. Nickelodeon and Paramount Pictures had approached Steven Hillenburg for a film based on the show, but he refused for more than a year. He was concerned because after watching The Iron Giant and Toy Story with his son, he was concerned about the challenge of SpongeBob and Patrick doing something more than cinematically consequential and inspiring without losing what he called the SpongeBob cadence. Steven Hillenburg believed that to do a 75-minute movie about SpongeBob wanting to make some jellyfish jelly would be a mistake. I think this had to be SpongeBob in a great adventure. That's where the comedy is coming from. Having these two naive characters, SpongeBob and Patrick, a doofus and an idiot, on this incredibly dangerous, heroic odyssey with all the odds against them. The crazy thing about this movie is that they stopped working on the show just to make it. Like, after they were done making the third season, they just stopped the show completely just to make the movie. The plot of the film was originally going to be like a reference to Finding Nemo. SpongeBob would rescue Patrick from a fisherman in Florida. But this was later said by Tom Kenny to be a joke plot to keep the fans busy, so this was never going to actually be the plot. Steven directed and produced the film, but he also co-wrote it with 5 other writer-animators from the show, famous ones like Paul Tibbitt and Aaron Springer and Ken Osborne and Tim Hill. This was on over like 3 months in a room in a former bank in Glendale. Kent Osborne said it was hugely fun, although it did get kind of gamey in there. At the beginning of the series, Steven Hillenburg screened a number of silent shorts from like Laurel and Hardy and Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton, and work by 2 modern comic actors like Jerry Lewis and Pee Wee Herman, both obvious inspirations for SpongeBob. For the film, the writers created a mythical hero's quest, the search for a stolen crown, which brings SpongeBob and Patrick to the surface. The voice of Patrick, Bill Fagerbach, I've never had to say that in real life, but here we are, said about the plot, "It's just nuts. I'm continually dazzled and delighted with what these guys came up with." Here's another thing about the movie. This was supposed to be like the end all to it. Steven wanted to end the series so that it wouldn't jump the shark. I wonder how he'd feel now if he was still alive. I really genuinely think he'd probably be so disappointed, honestly. Steven would return to the show. He quit after and like resigned all stuff. He didn't want to be involved that much anymore. But he would return to the show following the completion of the second film as an executive producer, having greater creative input and attending crew meetings until his unfortunate death on November 26, 2018. Of course, I cannot end this video without mentioning the crew building a giant 750-pound replica of David Hasselhoff. It was $100,000, and David Hasselhoff kept it for a while, and then in March 2014 he auctioned it, and then he pulled it, and then he kept the replica. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in a movie, and like I don't want to talk about it no more. Alright, here's something we can actually end the movie off with. There's a deleted scene that includes Patrick and SpongeBob meeting up with Sandy on the surface after they escape Shell City. They never went with this, because obviously Sandy's down there. How could they go with that? But anyways, they would eventually use the idea of her being like a realistic squirrel in the second movie. But in the first movie, they were gonna try just using like that, but that never happened. There's an animac of it, but like it's really funny. It's just a PNG of a squirrel and a drawing of Patrick and SpongeBob. It's like the best. And that's the whole video. You know, when I was a kid, I watched this movie several times. That's kind of concerning, but that's besides the point. I feel like this specific movie kind of shaped who I am, just a little bit. Might have shaped up my personality just a wee bit, but you know, nothing else I can say. It's a really good movie. It still holds up. I think people always say this when talking about SpongeBob. The best movie out of all the SpongeBob films is the first one. Nothing can ever compete with that. I liked the second one. I hated I wasn't really a fan of the third one, and I only liked the fourth one because Johnny Knoxville was in it. That's the only credit they get. But that's besides the point. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I have a whole bunch of videos for you guys to make up for not making a video yesterday, so I will see you all in the next videos.
When I ripped my pants, I thought that I had everybody on my side, but then I went and blew it, all sky high. Now she won't even spare a passing glance, all just because I ripped my pants. When Big Larry came on, just to put him down, Spongebob turned into a clown, and no girl